I will welcome all of you for this advanced certificate course on action research. Okay. So, and the today's topic that we are dealing with, that is a descriptive data analysis. So, what is descriptive data analysis and why that descriptive data analysis is important, and that will come, you may understand that later and once we proceed further. Okay. So, before explaining the descriptive analysis, I think you might be heard the term like analysis. So, what is analysis? Any idea? What is analysis? Some of you are maybe maybe from the science stream, maybe from the mathematical stream, maybe from that discipline. Even most of we are doing the analysis of so many things. You are doing the analysis of result also. You are doing the analysis of activities which are carried out in your school, that is also. So, what is analysis basically? Yeah, please.
So, it's basically the in-depth study of something.
Okay.
You go into detail and study something
Okay.
in detail, that is called as analyzing something.
Okay. So, in detail as per your understanding, yeah. Yeah, you observe and find something. Okay, fine. When you are analyzing the result, let us simplify it. When you are analyzing your school result, suppose school final exam was over, result is declared, and now you are analyzing the result of your class. So, what you are doing at that time? You are assessing. After assessing, of course, result is declared. But when the result declared, your principal told you, madam, please analyze the result. So, what the meaning she or he want to say? Yes. Yeah. So, what the conclusion? Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So, absolutely correct. So, you are analyzing means you are analyzing how many students are passed, how many students are fail, how many boys are passed, how many girls are passed, how many students are in a grade, how many students are in a C grade, how many students are getting first class with distinction, how many students are only getting second class or pass class. In that we are analyzing the result. So, same thing we are doing in a research also. So, simple. Research is a very simple and interesting field if you think in this way. So, as per the, so many definitions are there. So, as per the Kerlinger, you are analyzing means what? You are classifying, you are categorizing the things and summarizing the data so that you will get the whole idea about your that data. Okay. When I classify the data, when I categorize the data, as per one madam says that she will analyze means she will classify how many students are getting A grade, how many students are getting B grade, C grade, and so on. So, we are classifying the data, we are classifying the result with which we have in our hand, and you will give a certain meaning, we interpret that data. Okay. After classifying only I come to know how many percentage of students are getting first class, how many percentage of students are getting second class, how many percentage of students are fail in this exam. So, that means that data will get meaning after the analysis. Okay. So, same analysis we are using over here in our action research also. Okay. So, when this steps was conducted in action research, after your whole work is completed, means you select the topic, after that you do the experiment or whatever treatment you want to do, after that you collect the data, and then this steps is come that you will analyze the data. So, descriptive analysis means what? The descriptive analysis is a statistical term. It's a mathematical term, we can say. So, in this way, we are the quantitative data that we'll get. Quantitative data means the data which we get in a form of numbers. For example, the score of particular achievement in English subject, achievement in whatever your history subject, science subject, whatever. So what the students are getting score in that score which is in a numerical form, it is called a quantitative form in a research language. So don't get confused. Quantitative means which is in a quantity form, which is in a number form. So descriptive rate, after the descriptive analysis, the large amount of data which you have in your hand, you are trying to give a sensible meaning to that. You are trying to interpret that data. So how to do the descriptive analysis? So simple way, for the descriptive analysis we are using mean, median, mode and graphical representation. Okay, so what is mean? I think most of us know what is mean. What is median and mode? Maybe some of you are knowing about what is median and mode also. So this mean, median and mode are nothing but these are a statistical measure, we can say. Okay, these are a statistical, yeah, which is have central tendency. Absolutely correct. So mean, median, mode, these are all statistical measure which are commonly used to summarize data. You know, the data which have in our hand, so we are trying to give some meaning to that. We trying to summarize that data, and for that purpose mean, median and mode are most important. Okay, so what is mean? I think all of you know what is mean in a general our mathematical term. Average. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah, absolutely correct. So I think there is no need to waste our time in explaining this thing. So we all know what is mean. Mean is nothing but a center of gravity of data distribution. That means in a research language we can say mean is nothing but average. That means whatever the score, whatever the data we have in our hand, the mean of that data means that score is tends towards that particular score. Okay, so here example is given. So these are some numbers which are given. Suppose you are doing your research, you are doing action research in maybe one of the can somebody of you can tell me any title which you are selected for your action research? I think that lecture was already done. How to frame the title, how to get the title, select the topic. हुआ है ना ये? I think that is over. Okay. So any title, any topic you selected for your action research, any one of you? No, not it. Yes or not? Okay, I can understand your silence. Okay. Okay, I can understand your silence. So suppose you come to know that some of your student in your class are they are having a reading problem. That means they are not reading a topic properly. Okay, so that is your action research topic, that to develop a program to improve their reading skill. Okay, so to develop a program to improve their reading skill, you want to improve the reading skill of some of your student in your class. So for that purpose you must know what is reading skill and what are the components of reading skill. If I want to improve the reading skill means what? I must know what are the components which are coming under reading. Why I am saying that particular student is not reading properly and particular student was reading very excellently. That means I will measure him in a certain components, in a certain categories. Reading skill will be maybe his accent, maybe his way of talking, maybe his we can say the how he present that word, what his body language and all that. There's components which are related with your reading skill. Maybe you are summarizing that and you are giving some marks. He is I can say when the particular student can say the word properly. If accent is proper, then you are giving 5 marks out of 5 marks. If that particular students were reading in a rhythmic way, then you are giving 5 marks for that. If particular student was reading with expression, then you are giving next 5 marks. And in this way, you make your scale, you make your test, and suppose that scale is total is of for the 50 marks, and out of this 50 marks, if the student in your class are getting this much marks, 23, 45 and all that, and then the total of all the score divided by number of students, that will give your average or mean of that total score of your class. Always remember, mean is always a total. Mean is not for the individual score. Mean is for the total of a particular group. Maybe it is a class, maybe it is a gender wise, maybe it is a your school wise. Okay, so it's for the total score, and the average of that total score is a 32.64. So what does it mean? It means the score of your whole class is having mean is 32.64. that is your middle point, we can say, and rest of the data is surrounding around this score. So this is the simple meaning of mean in our research language. Okay, so mean is nothing but average, and that is nothing but a total score divided by number of students in that particular group. So that's why mean was calculated for the research purpose, and mean is having a more a precise role, or either I can say it's having more prominent role in your action research whenever you are finding the conclusion of your finding, okay, or conclusion of your research. At that time is mean is most important. So then we will come to the next, that is what is median. Anybody of you know what is median? Median, sorry, it's not medium, it's median. Sorry.
It is that score which divides the entire population into halves.
Yeah, it is that. Can you give the example? Okay, it is that score which you.
For example,
Huh.
which divides the entire population into two equal parts.
Yes,
That
yes.
will be the middle score.
Yes, absolutely correct. So I think maybe this is in your school level also. Maybe in mathematics these topics are there. That's why most of you are aware about these things. Okay, fine, absolutely fine. So median is nothing but it's a middle score which will divide your whole score in two parts. 50% is lying below that median and 50% lying above that median. Okay, so this is nothing but a median. So median is nothing but, as madam says, it's a positional average that divide your distribution, divide your score into two equal parts. Okay, if I give the example, I think you will come to know what is median. Suppose this is a data which you have in your hand. Again, suppose you are taking the reading scale of your class. Those who are reading, you ask all the students to read a particular topic, particular chapter, lesson or poem, whatever, and you are scoring them according to their reading skill. And some of the students from your class, and you are giving the number out of 50, each category having different score, as we previously explained, and here are the score of some of your students. So can you tell me what is the median of this score? Can you tell me what is the median of this score which is highlighted on the screen?
Yes, firstly to arrange the data.
Absolutely correct. Yes, absolutely correct. So first of all, you have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. After that, you will get. So what is the median? I arrange the data in ascending and descending order. So what is the median for the above example?
32.
Yes, absolutely correct. So that is a 32, which is a middle one. Okay, so once we arrange, 5 numbers are falling above that 32 and 5 numbers are falling below that 32. So 32 is a middle number. So if I having data like this, now can you tell me what is the median of this score? Absolutely correct. So average of the middle two. When we have data in a we can say even number, you know, these are even number. Here we, if you count, there are I think 11 numbers are there. Here only 10 numbers are there. So again we have to arrange them in ascending and descending order, and middle to score divided by 2, that give us a median. So this is also I think fine, you know about that. Any idea about mode? What is mode? Fine, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So you reduced my work, so no need to explain much more. So mode is nothing but it's actually French word coming as a la mode, which signifies fashionable values. Okay, so suppose mode is nothing but a maximum type of that frequency, that number was occurred in your score, in your data. Okay, the number which is occurred for the maximum time in your score, that is nothing but a mode. So in a general way also, we are, if the one example is given, if some manufacturer would like to know style of shirt that is more frequently demanded, so that style of shirt or that company shirt of that company was nothing but a mode in that case. Okay, so which is the maximum number. So how to calculate again the this is the as you say, the maximum number which are maximum frequently, that number which are coming in your score. So in this data, what is the mode? Can you observe and tell me? Yeah, 32, because 32 is the number which is maximum time occurred in your data. So 32 is the mode. Fine. So all of you know what is mean, median and mode. Any doubt about this? So this is simple. This is simple. All of you are, I think, teaching this part at your school level also. So no doubt regarding that. Okay. So why this mean, median and mode values? What that values are indicating in our research? So this is a so simple part. Then why we are doing this in an action research? So the in action research or in any kind of research, when you are getting the data, that data may not be in a small quantity. Here we can see, as I show you, number that are hardly 10 or 11 numbers. But once we are doing the research, that data is in a large form. So what this mean, median are indicating, so always keep in mind, when this mean, median and mode, when these numbers are, the difference between this number is not too much, at that time the data which you are selected is representing your population. So what is representing your population means, whenever you are doing your research, suppose you are doing action research or experimental research in your school for a particular class, but when you are doing a research and after scoring, if your mean, median and mode are, they don't have a too much big difference in their values, at that time in a research it is say that that data was properly, or we can say that data signifies, or that data will represent the population, and the sample which we are taken, that is a normal. Okay, otherwise if the difference between these two values, mean, median and mode, is too large, suppose mean is 65 and median is 110 and mode is 150, that means your data collection, the sample which you are collected for the study is not properly organized. Okay, so you are maybe manipulated that. That's why the reading is given like that. So in this distribution here, the distribution of post test score of male, mean is 68.13, median is 69, and mode is 74. So what does it indicate? This indicates that difference between this mean, median and mode is a marginal or minimum, and hence the distribution is normal, and thus the sample is representative of the population. That means whatever the conclusion you are getting after your research, that conclusion also applicable to other schools also. This is the simple meaning, and that's why we are calculating mean, median and mode in our study of action research. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Suppose if I am conducting a certain experiment, suppose I want to know the reading scale again. So before that, I must know where that students are lacking. So for that purpose, I prepared a reading scale, reading test, you can say, for as per the different component, that is called a pre-test. Then I give that reading scale test to the male and female student. Suppose there are 62 male student and 225 female student. Maybe this is a data of 10 or 15 schools. And then I calculate their score of all the male students, all the female students, and then median and mode. And I come to know that this much students are lacking in their reading scale. I develop some program. I teach them, I train them how to read and all that. For that purpose, I develop some program. I conduct that program for many days, maybe for a month or couple of months. And after that, again, I conduct a post-test with the same scale. I conduct post-test of reading scale given that again to the same male and female or boys and girl, and again I calculate the score, mean, median and mode. This is give me idea about either my data is representing to the whole population or not, or data distribution is normal or not. And for that purpose, we are calculating mean, median and mode of our score. Is that clear? Okay, any doubt? Okay, any doubt? If you have, you can ask me. Okay, fine. So as I say, previously we see the data which is having a small amount or small quantity of numbers, score 10 or 11 students and their score is there. But if I conduct action research and if the data is too big, as I show you 225 students, 100 students, 50 and above students, in that case, is it possible to do all these things manually, calculate mean, calculate median, calculate mode? It is possible obviously, but it will take a long time. It will take a more time to do all these things. Okay, so if your data, and obviously when you are going to conduct action research in your school, at that time you must have data that is more than 30 or 40 or 50 students. So for that purpose, it's become tedious, it become complicated to organize in ascending and descending order and to again calculate and do all that thing. It will take too much time. Okay, so for that, if we have data in our hand that is too big, for that purpose we can use Excel. Okay, so how to use Excel, that we will come to know in today's session. Okay, so I will show you. If I have data in my hand which is a bigger one, so for that purpose we must use our Excel sheet. I think some of you are familiar. Is it visible? My Excel sheet is visible? Yeah? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now, if you have a writing pad with you, write down the step by step how to do the data analysis. Okay, if you open your laptop or if you open your computer, you, as I already done this one, that's why here I am clicking on data. You can see my arrow over here. Okay, data. And after on clicking on data, I will get the option data analysis at the right side. You can see over here. Is it okay? Is it visible? Data analysis. But yeah, okay, yeah. But this, if you are not following the step which I am going to show you, then you can't see this data analysis option in data. So for to pop up this option, you have to follow certain steps in your Excel. So what to do? As I already done, that's why it's shown in my laptop. Data analysis is there. So what to do? First of all, go to the file. Click on the file. Okay. So once you click on the file, at the end you will see the option more. Okay, can you see the option more at the end? Yes? Okay. Then click on the more. After clicking on the more, you will get the option feedback and options. So click on this options then. Once you click on the option, here at the left hand side, you have to click on second last one option which is given, adds in. I think you can read it properly. Adds in is given. I'm just moving my arrow over here. Adds in. So click on adds in. Click on adds in. After clicking adds in, one small window will open where second option is written analysis tool pack VBA. So click on that analysis tool pack VBA. So just click once over there and then click on go and then click on OK. Okay. So once you completed this step, you will get the option data analysis. I will show you again. Go to the file. After file, go to the more option. In more option, there is option. It is written as an option. So click on that option. Then click on second last we can say option which is given, adds in. So click on adds in. After clicking on adds in, a small window will pop up. Click on analysis tool pack VBA, then click on go and then OK. So once you done this tail, that data analysis option will appear in your Excel sheet. Okay, otherwise if you after this lecture you can see, if you are not done this already, this option will not visible to you. Okay, so this is a data in front of me. So this is a data in front of me. So this data which is having gender, male, female, all that are there. The data is big one enough, 55 numbers are there. And this is, one is the control group and one is the experimental group. Okay, suppose the same example I would like to take, that reading skill. Some of your school students are not reading literature or your poem or your lessons properly. So you want to improve their reading skill. So those who are not reading properly, you take that student as your experimental group, or that class. You can take two different classes. That class as your experimental group and other class as your control group. So on control group, you are nothing doing anything. You are teaching them as usual. And on the experimental group, you are teaching them how to read with the program which you develop. You develop some program so the student will read properly. You develop some hint, you develop some strategies, and you are applying the strategies on the student. You train them to read. Okay, for that purpose you develop some program. So after conducting that program for half a month or 1 month or a couple of months, 2 months, whatever, now again you are taking their test, you are taking, and test you are giving to both. That means the reading scale, the measuring, you measure how they are reading. So after giving them test, you will get the score. Suppose your test is for the 100 marks, means how they are read, you are giving a certain marks to particular categories. जैसे हम करते हैं ना, we are taking a in school we are taking so many competition like we can say essay competition, we are taking singing competition, like that. And in singing competition we are giving some headings, choice of the song, the voice and the expressions and the tone and what we can say rhythm and all that, we are giving marks accordingly. So in reading scale also you are categorizing that reading. That means you are giving the marks to a certain categories, and suppose the total marks is of 100. Then out of 100, these students are getting some marks, and these students of experimental group are also getting some marks. Now we have to calculate mean, median and mode for all this control group also and experimental group also. Okay, suppose you want to calculate mean, median for the male student also and for the female student also. So then here male and female both are mixed. So how to classify that? For that purpose, you just click on a gender below which all the gender are given, male and female. Okay, click on a gender, go to the home. In home you can say sort and filter option at the right hand side. Is it visible? Sort and filter. Okay, yeah. So click on that and sort A to Z, alphabetically A to Z or Z to Y. Suppose I will take Z to Y. So once I click, you will see in gender all male are come together and all females are after the males. Okay, and automatically that scores also shifted from a particular male. Okay, you can see the numbers also over here, that these males, all males are together and all females after that. So if I want to get the mean score of all the male for the control group and for the experimental group, then for that purpose I have to go to the data, then data analysis option, which is open over here. Click on that data analysis. After that you can see the descriptive statistics written over here. Descriptive statistics. Click on that descriptive statistics. Click on OK. And then input range, you can see one cursor is blinking over here. So input range, you just click the score only. If I want to know the mean, median for the control group of male, then I am only selecting the male of control group. Okay, press shift button and then scroll down up to male. So this much only. So male is this much, that's why I selected. Okay, so and then if you want the label in first row, you can do that also. Here control group, if you want this word should be there, control group male, so you can select from the control group and click label in first row. Suppose if I am selecting control group, okay, then I am selecting score of all the male. Okay, so here label in first row. As I selected label, so I have to click this box, label in first window. Okay, so then new worksheet, you can select new worksheet or new workbook. New workbook means it will open another Excel file. New worksheet means in this worksheet only it will give you option. Here data and graph is written at the bottom of this Excel sheet. You can see I am just moving my arrow, data for action research and graph. And if I click new worksheet, then it will in the same, it will create another worksheet over here. And then click on summary statistics, and then say OK. So once you say OK, you will get another sheet over here in the same. This is our data and this is our graph and this is our new sheet which is created. Okay. So now you can see the mean, the total number of male are 22, count is 22, mean is 73.95, median is 76 and mode is also 76. So these three values, or we can say these four values, are only important for you. Don't think about what the other things are given. That is, once you are coming for the PhD, you will come to know. Abhi iska tension nahi lena hai. Only see the number of count, how many male student in control group. So 22. What is the mean score? 73. What is the median? 76. And what is the mode? 76. So this mean, median and mode value are, there is not a too much big difference. That's why data is a proper and it's a representative of all the population. So in that way you can calculate mean, median by using Excel. Suppose I want to calculate mean, median for control group and experimental group. Okay. So for that purpose, again I have to click on data, then data analysis, then descriptive statistics, then OK. Then give the range. Suppose I want to calculate control group for whole class, mean, median, control group for whole class. For that purpose, press Shift and then scroll down and you will get all 51 number of students entry over here. Label in first row, summary statistic, click on this new worksheet and then say OK. So once you say OK, you will get a mean, median, mode within a second. So it will save your time. So that without doing manually, we can save time and also the result is accurate. Okay, so here you can see again the number of student in control group are 51, mean is 73, median is 76 and mode is also 76. So that means this is a control group. As I selected label, so they are given over here. Okay. Now, if I want to calculate mean and median of experimental group, how I should proceed? क्या करना पड़ेगा मुझे? Tell me. This is the experimental group. I want to calculate mean, median for the whole class of experimental group. What should I do? No, first of all, we have to press data. Huh? Yes, data and descriptive. Okay. Then see, just a minute. Yes, just a minute. Here you can see already input range is there, which is in a gray color. So this is the input range of your previous score. So for this experimental group, if I want input range, then after doing all this, then only I click on experimental group. Then the new range will come. See, now I am clicking on experimental group. You can see how the range will change. If you click already, and then you will not getting the result. That result is of previous calculation. Once you are done all this thing, after that only click on experimental group. Now you see the range is changing. D is here, so D is here. So this is in a D column. Then to select all the data at the once, press shift plus control in your keyboard, shift, then press control and then press down key. At a time, whole data range will be appear over here. So you can see D55. So D and here is a 55 last number. Okay, so this is your range. Now then you click on new label. If you selected label, then only select label. Suppose if I not select experimental group, तो भी चलता है. If I am not selected that title heading, that is also okay. But if you want to know, then you can select and then only click on the label. If you are not selected that experimental part, then don't click on labels. Understood? And then click on OK. Once you click on OK, new sheet will generate and you will see the mean of experimental group is 83. You can easily see over here. Median of this group is 84. Mode of this group is 87 and count is 51. So total number of students are 51. Mode, that means the score which is repeated again is 87. Median, middle score is 84 and mean is 83. That means this mean, median and mode are there is not a big difference between this score. That means your data is representative of your population. That means your sample selection is correct. It indicates that your sample selection is correct. Okay. So understood how to calculate mean, median and mode by using technology, by using Excel sheet. Is it simple? कर सकते हैं आप? Okay, okay, fine. Yes. And now what is the meaning of this? Okay. यहाँ पे खेल खत्म नहीं होता. Now what is the meaning of this? See. So for that purpose you have to do the tabulation. Suppose you are doing a research on, you are want to improve the reading skill. So your sample, okay. So here number of students. So you have to make a table again. Number of students, okay, of control group, and then experimental group. I will write it in a short. Experimental group, suppose. So number of students, then mean for that, median and mode. Okay. So this is your, now the number of student in both the control group में कितने हैं 51 and in experimental group also same number 51. So I can write in control group number of student 51, in experimental also 51. The mean of experimental group कितना है? I will copy it. Copy mean कितना है? So of experimental group is 83.80 and mean of control group is 73.80. Okay. Then what is the median and mode value of experimental group? So median is 84. Oh, sorry. Fine. Cut. Median is 84 and mode is 87. So this is mode is 87. Now in an experimental group, median is 76 and mode is also 76. You can see. Okay, so median. Okay, मुझे लगता है मैंने wrong जगह पे ये किया है. Okay, fine. Yeah, yes. ये यहाँ पे चाहिए था 84. Okay, fine. 84 and 87 and here control group का 76. Yeah, thank you. 76. ठीक है. तो ये मेरे पास डेटा हो गया. So what this data indicate? Now that is the main interpretation. So you can make it in a table form also, all the borders, okay, number of students. So I will make a more bold and increase the size so that it will be visible to all of you. Okay, so what the datas tell me, how to make the interpretation. See, so one thing we can conclude that in both the control group and experimental group, mean median value are near to each other. There is no vast difference between them, mean, median and mode. We can इसको थोड़ा हम short भी कर सकते, not necessary to take all the decimals, है ना, इसको हम मैथमेटिक के हिसाब से थोड़ा इसको शॉर्ट करेंगे. ओके, सो कंट्रोल ग्रुप का मीन 73.8, मीडियम 76, मोड 76, एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप का 83, then 84, 87. So that means data is proper and it will represent. Now see, you will see the mean of control group and experimental group. Which mean is bigger, which mean is larger? Obviously experimental group. It is a 83.8. Fine. The mean of experimental group is larger than the control group. It means the reading skill of students of experimental group was improved, or the treatment which you are given to the student, which is properly, we can say, applicable to them, and it will show the improvement in their reading skill. That's why the mean of experimental group is more than the mean of control group. So this is your we can say interpretation. I will show you. I already done this one. Okay. So this is this is the your experimental group. This is data, your experimental group. So control group, इसमें आप मेल फीमेल अलग अलग भी कर सकते हो, मीन मीडियम वैल्यू जैसे मैंने आपको दिखा. आई विल शो दैट हाउ टू sort the data male and female in control and experimental group. So if we see the experimental group male, mean is 68.13, is more than the mean of control group of male, that is 65.95. That means there is a significant difference in reading skill of male student after giving a treatment. Treatment means whatever the program you develop so that their reading skill will improve. The treatment which is given, the program you conducted, and after that you take the test for both the control and experimental group, and you come to know that both the male and female, their mean values are different in control and experimental group. The mean value of control group of male is more than the mean value of mean value of experimental group of male is more than the mean value of control group. In same way, the mean value of female of experimental group 72.92 is greater than the mean value of female of control group, that is 68.15. It indicates that once the mean value of experimental group is more, it means the experiment or the program you conducted was applicable to the student and that will improve their reading skill. Okay, so you can interpret in this way. So there is a significant difference. So these are the word we are using in a research. Significant difference, that means a more difference, prominent difference, major difference. So this is a significant difference between the reading skill of male of control group and experimental group. So that means male student of experimental group, their reading skill is more better than the male student of control group. So in this way we can conclude or we can interpret the data, है ना. जो हमने whenever you are doing your research and once you calculate mean, and if the mean of experimental group is less than control group, so इसका मतलब क्या होगा? If your mean is less than control group, then what does it mean? क्या होगा? If if I,
they need lot of practice. The students require practice more.
that
They are
means,
not,
yes, that means in short the program which you develop is not workable, that is not applicable in short, है ना. Why we are doing the experiment? We develop some program, as I say, to improve their reading skill. I develop some program and I treat them accordingly to the experimental group. And if the mean is low, that means whatever the program I develop, it's not workable. Either there is some lacking in my program, or there is maybe some other reason. So that means your mean has to be more than your control group. Then only we can say your program shows the impact on their skill, on reading skill, writing skill, on their behavior, on their achievement, whatever your topic as per that. Okay, so this is the meaning, this is the interpretation of that. Is it okay? कुछ इसमें प्रॉब्लम है समझने में? कुछ भी है तो बेझिझक आप पूछ सकते हो. If you have any doubt, you can ask anything, because you have to do this actually once you start your action research. ये आपको करना है, and in the DSM action research is a compulsory part. तो ये आपको करना है, तो अभी आप इसको क्लियर करो आप. So is it okay? I think so.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please. Yes, yes. Because see, whenever you are doing experiment, at that time you are giving a treatment to the student, no? So if you are not giving a treatment, if you are giving a treatment, how you come to know that your treatment is effective? So for that purpose, you have to write control group and experimental group also. Understood? Otherwise, one more thing, keep very listen very carefully. Suppose I am taking on one class and whole the class was not doing well in reading. At that time, I can't say that this class is control also and experimental also. At that time, I will use the word pre-test and post-test. Understood? If I am doing a test, if I find that suppose my 6th standard class students, all the students from the 6th standard class of suppose division B, 6B students are not well in reading scale, so I want to improve their reading scale. So for that purpose, I have, now there is no control and experimental, or all experimental. Then how I come to know that improvement is there or not? So for that purpose, before actually conducting my program, conducting the developed program which I developed to improve their reading skill, I should take pre-test. I should check whether where they are lacking in reading. So I have to make the reading scale again. रीडिंग स्केल मुझे बनानी पड़ेगी. रीडिंग स्केल अगेन एज पर देयर components, how they read, how they express, tone and all that, whatever the you better know about that. So you take the reading test for whole class. It is called a pre-test. I will highlight over here. It's called a pre-test. Okay, fine. So this is a pre-test for the whole class. Then you conduct your program, whatever the program you develop, whatever the strategy you develop, you apply that strategy on the whole class of 6B for the 1 month, for the 15 days, whatever. And after that, again the same test you are giving to the whole class, that is called a post-test. Understood? So in that case, no need to write control and experimental group. No need to write. Yeah. So first of all, this. Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. First of all, let me finish. कंट्रोल एंड एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप अगर आप एक ही क्लास पे कर रहे हो तो लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. यू कैन राइट प्री टेस्ट एंड पोस्ट टेस्ट. अगर आप दो क्लास है आपके, एक क्लास में आप कुछ नहीं प्रोग्राम दे रहे हो, आपको पता है आपका आप 6B में भी पढ़ाते हो और 6A में भी पढ़ाते हो, and you want and you come to know that 6B students are very poor in reading, so you are applying over there only, so that is your experimental group. And 6B student, you are nothing, you are teaching them as usual, so that is your control group. If the two different classes, you can write control and experimental. If the class is one only, then give whole pretest to the whole class, apply your program, whatever the program you develop, so that their reading skill will improve, and then take the post test, same test, give the same test to the whole class, and you will see the result. Okay, so this is, first of all, this is clear. If it is clear, then you can ask your doubt. Yeah. Now somebody was asking something. You please ask me.
Thank you, sir. My doubt is clear. I had same doubt that whether the pre-test and post-test will be same or different.
Same.
That is clear now.
Same.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Fine. Is that okay? So when we are using control and experimental group word, when we are having two classes, absolutely, yeah, but generally in single class. And also keep in mind, listen carefully, in action research, generally we are conducting action research on one class, as we are facing that problem with a particular student. So there you can use a pre-test and post-test. Fine? Okay?
So I have a doubt.
Yeah,
The
please.
pre-test and post-test,
Huh.
the methodology applied should be the same, but since I'm a math teacher, can I change the numbers, or should the numbers also should be exactly identical?
Which number you are talking about?
No, whatever test I'm going to.
No, see, pre-test, if
Exactly the replica of the old one.
no, see, pre-test, why we are conducting pre-test? We are conducting pre-test to diagnose the problem. I know that these students are, they are not arithmetically good. They are making some calculation in maths. Suppose you are teaching multiplication or division, and you come to know that most of the student or some of the students are making mistake in whenever doing multiplication. Okay, so at that time you give them test stepwise where actually they are doing mistake. Either they don't know the tables, either they are forget to take whatever number which are coming after multiplication, है ना? So where they are doing mistake, you diagnose their problem, accordingly you prepare your test, and you come to know that yes, this is where these students are lacking. So pre-test में आप ये करते हो, then you develop some program. फिर आपको ये पता चलता है, अरे मैं जिस तरीके से पढ़ाती हूँ that will not applicable, so I have to change my methodology, I have to change my strategy, I have to show them some smart techniques. जो भी आपको लगता है कि अगर मैं इस तरह से करूँगी तो ये इनका प्रॉब्लम है वो खत्म हो जाएगा. Then you teach to the whole class with the new methodology, new strategy, new technique, and then again conduct post test, and then you will find that there is an improvement in their score. You are getting my point? Is it okay?
At least what I was asking, the post and the pre-test should be exactly the same, no? Same paper.
Exactly same paper. You can see whenever you are doing mathematics, like in a mathematics subject, you can give a different question. No, why the same question? If you are giving a 14 multiplied by 12, so why in post test again you are giving 14 multiplied by 12? Okay, so you can give the questions. You, yeah, first,
I think the concept should be the same.
same.
You change the concept.
Yes, concept should be the same, their difficulty level should be the same. You can change the example in mathematics and science, but I am talking about general. Reading skill is a general, writing skill is a general, है ना? So for that reading skill there is a particular category, heading, components. तो वो चेंज करने की जरूरत नहीं. You can give a different topic to read. आपने एक पोएम दिया है तो not necessary give the same poem, give the different poem. but you measure them on the same category, on the same component. ये difference है languages और science and math. Understood? क्योंकि जब हम देखो आप जब हम क्लास में सपोज आप ये क्या बोलते हो आप उसको स्पीच कंपटीशन होता है आपको, व्हाट वी कैन से, आई फॉरगेट द वर्ड, एजुकेशन, एजुकेशन कंपटीशन होता है, तो एट दैट टाइम स्टूडेंट्स आर गिविंग एजुकेशन ऑन अ डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट बट द क्राइटेरिया इज सेम, नो, हाउ दे टाइम एंड द सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन and the expression. So same way, reading skill I am talking about, that means why I am talking about the same scale, the components are same, the headings are same, you may give the different topic, but in maths the same test, in the sense don't give the same, that means once you are given a problem 14 into 12 and again same in a post test, so it's not workable. So same topic, same concept, but the difficulty level also same, but the examples should be different in the post-its. So is it clear? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so in this way you have to make the table also after your result, and the last part, which is a graph. So how to plot a graph by using Excel. So once I have data in my hand, suppose I am in my class, male and female, boys and girls are there. Suppose there are 63 number of boys and girls and 225. So I want to show it graphically. बहुत ही simple है. Go to the insert. You can see the insert option at the scroll bar at the upper side. Here insert. Okay. Then you just select your data, gender, number of student, and ये part select करो. Click on the graph. See, here graph is over here. Just click on that. Click on any kind of model, 2D है, 3D है, आपको जो चाहिए. Suppose I want this kind of graph 3D में. So you will see here male students are there, female students are there, graphically representation. You can move this also with the help of your mouse. You can move. You can make it small also, size also we can adjust. Okay, you can adjust the graph. You just play with this, you will come to know what to do. You can write the title whatever you want, sample students or whatever you want. You can type over here also, number of students, जो भी आपको चाहिए as per your data, you can give the title. Even once you select this, you will see the different number of graphs also. You can select any one of that, it will show you. Okay, if you want to change the graph, you can change the graph type, change chart type. You can see over here, click over here. You can select line graph, you can take a pie chart भी आप ले सकते हो. So same you will convert it into pie. So यहाँ पे जो ग्राफ आता है, टाइप ऑफ ग्राफ, यू विल सी ओवर हियर डिफरेंट वर्जन ऑफ दैट. सो परसेंटेज आपको चाहिए, कैसे मोड में चाहिए, यू हैव टू ओनली सिलेक्ट दैट. यू कैन चेंज द कलर ऑल्सो, ये आपको पता चलेगा. वंस यू play with this, you will come to know. So in this way you can change the color, you can do anything whatever kind of graph you want. Okay, percentage आप यहाँ पे बाद में लिख सकते हो, निकाल सकते हो. So you will come to know how many male students are there, how many female students are there in your class. In same way, suppose you are teaching in a BMC school where students of different languages are, mother tongues are there, they are speaking Marathi, Hindi and Urdu also. So you can take a graph, you can take a whatever kind of graph. Suppose I am taking this kind of graph. So again, number of Marathi student, Hindi student, Urdu student, mother tongue है तो I can change the title, mother tongue of student. Oh sorry, delete हो गया. Okay, fine. So fine, यहाँ पे we can write it down, mother tongue, then Marathi, then Hindi, and then suppose Urdu. Okay, suppose there are 45 students, there are 67 of Hindi, and there are 87 of Marathi. Okay, so total number of students should be same in your class. So if you want to plot the graph, why this we have to do? So that we can show what kind of data, what kind of sample student you are having in your class. So इस तरह से आप ग्राफ प्लॉट कर सकते हो, इसकी साइज कम ज़्यादा कर सकते हो और अपने एक्शन रिसर्च के इसमें ये सब कुछ आप लिख सकते हो. Okay, you can change the type again as I previously show you here. आप इसको सिलेक्ट करो, तो सिलेक्ट करने के बाद you will see the charts also, so you can show it in a chart form also. ये एक बार आप सिलेक्ट करते हो तो आपको यहाँ पे इसके डिफरेंट टाइप जो है वो भी देखने को मिलेंगे. यू विल सिलेक्ट दैट आल्सो. ओके, ये चार्ट में आपको और मोर पाई चार्ट्स आपको देखने को मिलेंगे. यू कैन सिलेक्ट एरिया, एनी काइंड ऑफ. तो आई थिंक पाई चार्ट और कॉलम इज ओके. ये दो में से आप कोई ग्राफ ले लो. सो इट विल रिप्रेजेंट योर डेटा. आपका डेटा कौन सा है, मराठी मीडियम, इंग्लिश मीडियम, ये आपका डेटा इसमें आपको ग्राफ में दिखेगा. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन प्लॉट द ग्राफ एंड यू कैन शो द डेटा. When you show the data in a graphical form, it will more easy to to conclude, or it will more easy to see what the data you have in your hand for the research purpose. तो conclude करना, उस पर से कुछ लिखना आसान हो जाता है. For that purpose you have to plot the graph. Okay, so this is the way you have to statistically calculate your data, calculate your mean, median, and you can plot your graph. So why this descriptive analysis is most important? So descriptive analysis is important because it will gives you bird eye view, it will about your statistical data. What is mean, median, mode? So it will gives you idea about what kind of data you have. Either that data is representative of sample or not. It will give concise picture of your huge data. Graph and all this table and all this mean, median will give you concise picture. It will also give a great use for the comparison. You can compare how many male students, how many female students, how many Urdu medium students, how many Hindi mother tongue student, Marathi talking students, and all that we can compare. Also it will help us to interpret the data and draw the conclusion. Okay, if the mean is more in experimental group, so that means there is a significant difference between control and experimental group, and the program which you are conducted, that is applicable, so there is improvement in their skills. So you can conclude, you can interpret your data in this way. So for that purpose, this descriptive analysis is most important. Okay, so any doubt, anything?